Hey everyone, I thought I'd pop on tonight. I just got this awesome autumn transfer and I wanted to do and I hope you guys can see this. I'm trying to adjust it so that you can see it. I wanted to do, let's see if I could make it so you can see it really good. I wanted to do a video for an upcoming fall class that I'm going to be working on. And my theme is fall into fall. So I'm going to be working on several fall projects. Oh, sorry about the noise. I'm trying to hold the camera still. I'm going to be working on several fall projects. And I'm going to be holding some classes. So I hope if you're local, you can come and join me. So let me see. How do I find this here? Thank you all for bearing with me as I try to get this live going here. And it's completely silent, or trying to be silent, because the last time a portion of my video was taken off because I had some music that I forgot was playing in the background. So, what I'm working on tonight is a porch sign that's going to say autumn, using a great, awesome, wonderful Couture autumn sign. So I found this board at, I don't remember if it was Home Depot or Lowe's, but it had had imperfections. So when the boards have imperfections, you can get them for like 70% off. So I think I got it for maybe $3, but you can't hardly tell. And what I did was I painted the board white, and I used some, let me see if I still have it over here. This is a technique that I have used on boards that I'm chalking because it works really well, and I don't have to wax. I don't have to wax the board too much. I used I think I just used some plain white paint. I had a bucket of some Sherwin-Williams white paint, but you can use any type of paint. But I put this stain and polyurethane on the board first, and then I used the paint and went over that, and it kind of sealed it. I think it's still kind of, it wasn't completely dry, so I put 2 coats of paint on, and when the paint dried, it kind of sealed in with that polyurethane, and it gave it a really good coating. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, this is Chalk Couture's autumn transfer, and let me see, which side do I want to be the top. And tonight I think I'm going to use this pumpkin as my color, and I am going to go ahead and put spray some water in here to loosen it up. It had been sitting in the drawer. So I'm going to put a little water in the chalk paste, and I'm just simply going to stir it. I'm going to stir it to a wonderful consistency so that it is kind of like a yogurt-like consistency. See? So, for those of you who don't know me, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Helena Smith, and I'm a independent chalk couture designer. I've actually been with chalk couture. It will be 1 year on Saturday. So I'm super excited about my 1 year anniversary in chalk couture. So I am going to be hosting a class on this Saturday doing this particular project. So again, if you are local in the Las Vegas area and you're interested in joining us for the class, and if you can't make this class, I'll be hosting another class just like this one, the 3rd week of August. So, feel free to comment on the video and I can give you all of the details. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to just cut this in half because I really like the way the letters are already placed. As far as, you know, being far apart, far away apart. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But I'm just cutting the transfer in half and I'm seeing if my board is long enough. And look at that. Perfect. I'm probably gonna bring it down just a little bit because I do have some, I'll probably bring it down just a little bit because I do have some some autumn florals that I wanna put at the top, and I believe that my A may be covered up a little bit. So I probably in the future will get a longer board, but this is okay. This is okay. So I'm gonna start at the bottom and I'm gonna leave these just like this. I'm not gonna cut the individual letters. I'm gonna leave it just like this. And, oh, before I get started, let me grab my wipes. So I went to grab my wipes and my little fuzz cloth because I wanted to make sure that I will fuzz the transfer because I don't want it to be too sticky. So I will fuzz it first and then I'll lay it on my board. So it's pretty long. I'm gonna take my time and do a section at a time. Actually, I do have 2 cloths, so I could have literally used both of them and laid both of them down, but yeah. I hope all of you saw that post I posted earlier on the page about the vault. We had some retired transfers that came out, and I tell you, those things were so they were so popular that the company, I don't know, they might be sold out by now. So if you hadn't got them, you can definitely catch up with us for the next vault in 2020, where they'll release some additional transfers that are retired. So I'm gonna start with these, the bottom. And I'm gonna go ahead, because this is a larger transfer, I'm gonna go ahead and just place some chalk on here, chalk paste on the board in some spots. And then I'm gonna use this large squeegee. And I'm pretty sure this is probably plenty enough chalk paste for these letters. So here's my squeegee. Yep, I knew it would be plenty enough. And I'm going to try to be really, really careful not to get any of my extra or excess chalk onto the board. Now, all of the tools you see me using are available on our Couture site. This is a, like I said, this is the larger squeegee that works great when you have larger transfers. I think I might need a little bit more on this last one. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Well, there's plenty on this squeegee. I just gotta get it all off. Yep. There's plenty on here. There we go. So there's our pumpkin. And I'm going to lift this up. How awesome is that, guys? Woohoo! Love it. So I'm just putting my transfer to the side here. And I'm going to use my cloths to wipe the transfer. And I'll put this down some. So while that's drying, and I didn't use a whole lot, and I didn't have any excess really on the board. So it shouldn't take too long for that to dry. But I am going to use these wet wipes to go ahead and wipe my transfer, because we'll be reusing these for our class. Okay. I'm just using that to get off the little excess pumpkin chalk. See, I just start with a new one here. Before it gets too dry on this transfer, I do want to go ahead and wipe it off. And then I will, look at that. That's how much was left over. It's got onto the cloth. The great thing about our terry cloths is that these aren't inks that I'm using. So when I throw them in the wash, this chalk paste washes right off. I was trying to think when I had all the letters on this sign, what other letters could I come up with, or what other words, not letters, what other words could I come up with, since I have this large transfer. And I love these letters. They're not sold separately. Unfortunately, they you can't get them in this size individually. You can only get them at the moment in this autumn transfer. But that might change if they, you know, are very popular and people like them. Then that might, you know, great feedback from customers and designers. The company might consider coming out with the individual transfers. We do have smaller transfers, and I'm going to show some of those because you can also use that smaller transfer. I think I'm going to show it as for a welcome sign. I'm going to probably do another video using this same, probably the other side of this board, and I'll show you those letters. They are smaller, so you can actually put other stuff on the board besides just the letters. They're, I want to say, probably half the size of these. So I'm just wiping off my transfer, and I'm going to put this back on to the board before I get ready to wash it. Okay. And using these Clorox wipes helps not just clean your, get the chalk off of your transfers, but they also help make sure that your transfers stick back to the paper that they came on. So my transfer laying down, and I'm gonna just, this isn't gonna be even, but it's gonna be good enough for me just to stick it back on until I can wash it. So that's good for right now. And I believe our letters are dry. They are. Look at that. You know, I got some leaves in my little Chalk Couture package today in a little box. So I think I may add some fall leaves to this autumn sign. What do you guys think? Yay or nay? Let me see how the autumn comes out and see if it looks plain to me or not. If it does, then I'll throw a few leaves on there with some autumn colors. I have quite a few colors in there. So, okay, I just wiped off my little squeegee because we're going to use it to do autumn. How about that? Now, I'm gonna bring this down just a wee bit because I want it to have some room at the top to put, let's see, how do I know if this is even? Ugh, that is the thing I did not think about, but I think I kind of tried to put the, I never really measure, I probably should, but I never really measure stuff as I'm working, especially like with these large transfers. Like I said, I probably should. And since that side is wet, I'm gonna try to use this side to fuzz this transfer. I'm sure it'll work. It doesn't fuzz as great. The other side definitely fuzzes better. I still got a little stick to it, so let me fuzz it again. There we go. Okay. And so this is the other piece. And I don't really see how much, so I kind of think I want to put that right there. And I think it looks even. It's close enough. So I'm just going to lay that flat. And I'm going to get my trusty little thingy here. And I'm thinking I'm gonna spray just a teeny bit more water, because that felt a little thick. So I just sprayed a little bit more water, and here we go. So I'm putting a little bit more on this one, I think, than I did on the other one. I just want to make sure I have enough chalk paste on there. Let's get it all out. Okay. Oh, that's enough. All right, so this time I'm going to start down here. And I'm going to be careful, because I saw on the other transfer that I did, when I went all the way down, the white lines that separate the transfers that you can cut the letters on, actually there's chalk on that line, so you can see the line. And I'm going to go back over that, and I'm going to go back over that and kind of wipe that off, because I don't want there to be lines in between my letters. So there we go. And I'm taking my excess off of my squeegee, and I'm putting it back in my jar. And I usually wipe down or wipe off my tools. It just makes it easier to clean them, because this chalk paste does harden, and I just find it easier to do it like this. So I'm kind of done with this this transfer, probably with these tools, unless I decide I'm gonna put some leaves on there. All right, so let's go ahead and I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So I'm gonna step off to the side, and I'm going to wipe down my transfer again. So bear with me, you all can just watch the cute little board I just made. I'm gonna try to make it quick, y'all, I promise. While I'm doing that though, let me see if I can find those leaves I just got today. Because I'm really thinking that now that I see it, I was gonna put a bow and some flowers at the top, but I don't know if I have enough space at the top for them. So let me see here. I'll bring them over because I got them, and I got them for this project, but I'll see if they're big enough. I'll see if they're too big, or if I might be able to make them work. So you all can bear with me just a little bit longer. I'm almost through wiping down this transfer. just need one more white. There we go. So I would love to know what you think in the comments. This is something that you would like to try and you're not local, you can always order the transfer at www.chalkcouture.com/Noble Designer. And it's very simple. You can go step by step. Everything that you need, all the supplies, the transfer, the chalk paste, everything that you need you can get on my website. And if you have any questions, I am definitely available through Messenger, and I would be more than happy to walk you through. If you don't feel comfortable with it, I'll be more than happy to walk you through it. I've done a live video with someone that was working along with me as they were doing their project. I was doing mine, so that's an option for you. But yeah, definitely join us in this Fall into Fall series. I'm going to be coming live with some other fall projects that I have in mind because, can you believe it? Summer is almost over, y'all. We are in August already. August the 1st. So it's definitely time to think about changing the season, changing the decor in your home or office or wherever you are. You know, whatever space you want to change. Oh, I found them. Look at that. And I got some paste. Here we go. So, I did find the leaves, and I also found some more fall colors. How about that? Nice, huh? So, I had initially gotten this ribbon. And this flower, this fall piece that I put together, and I was gonna put it up at the top. And I don't know if that's gonna be too big or not. I might still be able to make it work. I'm thinking that this ribbon would probably be too big, but I do love it. Love it, love it, love it. So let me see here. That's too big, for sure. So I have a smaller piece that I might be able to use instead. And I think I'd already cut this piece down to size. I might need to go get my glue gun. So I have a smaller piece. That I might could get away with. Maybe so I don't really want to cover up my A. I don't know, y'all. I mean, you can still see the A, right? Let's see here. Maybe we could do it like that so that it's on the side and I can still see my A. What do y'all think? I don't know. Or maybe just this one. I really like this fall ribbon. I really like that a lot. So let me see if I can maybe put that on the corner. And then put my flower up under it like that. What do you think? Can you still see the A? Huh. Have to find a way to secure that down. Anyway, while I'm thinking about that, I'm letting my board completely dry. I am going to, oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot to take off the, lines in between the letters. We don't want those to show. So, go back. Go back and wipe off the chalk paste. Just like that. Okay, that one doesn't have any. I was a little bit more careful. This one has a little line. And this one has a little line. So. Alrighty. So while I'm letting that dry, and I might could use my little terry cloth on that to dry my board to make sure it's completely dry before I start trying to put some leaves on here. Okay. Now, voila. Okay. You know what? This whole time, I should have had this board turned around this way, since the camera is actually facing this way. Okay? Sorry about that, y'all. So that's what I'm thinking. It's kind of like what I'm thinking right now. So we have these leaves. Let's see. I actually really like these fall leaves because you can do them in two tonings. So let's see, how many leaves do we have? I don't want to put too many on here because I don't want to take away from what is what this sign says. So So it looks like these leaves, those go together. It looks like these go together. So that's what it looks like. Those go together, this one go together. And these look like some branches or something that go together. So I may come back to that. I'm just really looking at the leaves right now. So leaves are falling. Let me see, where do we want to put our leaves? How about like that? Maybe just four leaves. So I'm gonna go ahead and fuzz this. And I think we're going to use, yeah, definitely fall colors. The autumn is orange, so we won't use any orange, but we will use some of these other fall colors we have, like this green, this, what is this, curry. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have the base. I think I'm gonna have the base on, I think I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think how I'm gonna do this is, so okay. I think I'm gonna start and do two-tone. Oh, I think I need to get my other, squeegees, my smaller ones for the leaves. Okay, here we go. So when I'm working, I try to have enough squeegee so I don't have to keep, I don't want to dip into colors. So I try to have enough squeegees where I only need to use one per color that I'm working with. So this is the first color, and this color is called pesto. I guess like pasta, pesto. And put that right there. And I really need a, a wet wipe over here. So this is gonna go like here. And I think we're gonna go with green and yellow. And we're gonna get creative. It's almost like it's coming off the, so these leaves are falling, right? Because it's autumn, that's what leaves do, they fall off the trees. So we're gonna put our base down first, right? We're gonna put all our base leaves down first. That's the first transfer. And then we're gonna come back after these dry, and then we're gonna put our second one down there. So I am done with that particular bottom. So again, I do like to try to get my transfers wiped off as soon as I use them. It's easier to clean them and they don't stain as bad if you wipe them off immediately upon use. So you all will see me do that. Matter of fact, let me bring this over here so I don't have to keep getting up to go do it. I'll just bring this over here. Okay. All right, that's the first leaf. That's this one right here. And then the second leaf, we're gonna do in red. And I'm gonna try to be a little creative with these with these colors, y'all. This red is candy apple, which I have some candy apple that's already open. Let me grab that one. Well, while I was in there, I came across some other colors that I think I might use on our board. Oh, this one was definitely already open. So I kind of need to be careful because this red is very rich. And it really only takes a small amount. I am not kidding, guys. It really only takes a small amount. And I'm trying to be careful, again, even though I can wipe it off, I am trying to be careful not to get too much, or not to get any, rather, on my board. So that's my red. And I have a very used Clorox wipe over to the side that I'm putting my squeegees, and then I have my cloth over to the side to wipe off my transfers. So this next one, I think we'll have falling from here. And I would love to know what you guys think. Of course, I'm gonna fuzz this one a little bit. That's pretty sticky. Okay, so that one was pretty sticky. I had to fuzz it a couple times. It looks too close. What do you think? Yeah. This next color is Bark. I think I had some of this open too, but I'm gonna use such a very small amount that I just grab some right out the jar. There we go. Just close that right back up. Can't even tell it's been opened. All right. So this next color again is bark. It's basically a brown, like the bark of a tree. And I really like that. Wait, did I do the right one? I did not. Y'all, I'm gonna use this again because this was supposed to be the bottom. Y'all will see on this finished piece, this bottom, because it was supposed to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3. But I used the wrong piece, so that's okay. We're gonna make it work. Okay? And I use that on the bottom. And there we go. I hope you all can see this. Let me move this stuff out the way so you all can see. You see it coming together? And so the next, and so the next one that I'm going to do, which is pretty much the last one I think I have to do, is this last flower here. So you all hear me wiping the transfers down as I'm off to the side here. I don't think I'm in camera view. Okay. So this next one, you know what, I did not fuzz this thing at all. I wonder why it felt so dang on sticky. So you definitely need to fuzz the transfers before you put them on your board or your piece or your surface, whatever your surface is. All right, so we got green, we got brown, we got red. How about gold or copper? Is that what this color is? No, we're not gonna do this color because this isn't open, okay? Oh, I used this the other day. How about the marigold? Yes. This beautiful marigold color, which I thought was open. It is, just not this one. Let's see. Okay, so while I was in there looking for the marigold, I found some other fall colors I think we might consider. But this marigold right here, this is a beautiful color. I'm definitely going to use. Need to spray it with a little bit of water. Alright. Well, I'm stirring that with a little bit of water. Oh, y'all hear my dogs in the back? Yeah. They've been really quiet this whole time. And now all of a sudden they want to be heard. So, that's what you're hearing. I know I can take off some more of that because that's way too much. All right. So let me see. Can you see? Or do I need to put the board up some more? I am down here. Okay. This is the marigold. 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 I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Look at that. Loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay. And so the last little leaf. Transfer and wiping down, wiping off. Okay, so now I'm thinking that our green is dry, and it is. So since our green is dry, we're gonna come back and we're gonna lay this other transfer on top of it. And I'm fuzzing this one with my pants. There we go. And we're gonna lay this right on top, right there. And I think we're gonna go with, let's go with this, let's go with this bumblebee, which I have already opened in the other room. Hold on one second. So I know I have all these colors, right? And sorry to keep getting up and down, but I have a craft room, and in my craft room is actually all of all of my supplies. So I knew that I had this already open, and I try not to open up another jar, otherwise I'll have tons of chalk paste jars open, and I might need to get some more squeegees here in a minute. I have tons of jars open that don't need to be open. I'm not doing that many projects to be able to use up all that chalk paste. So, I mean, I use a lot of it when we do classes, but still, I don't want to have multiple jars of the same color open unnecessarily. So that's why I ran back in there to get it, because I knew I had some. Okay. All right. So that's my, what color did I just put on there? Bumblebee. That's my bumblebee. And let's see how that leaf turned out. Oh, wow, you guys, look at that. Wow, I love that. That looks like a real autumn leaf. It really, really does. So, again, I'm gonna wash my transfer while it's still a little wet. It just makes it easier to clean and doesn't stain the transfer if you wash it right away. So bear with me, because that's what I'm doing. Okay. All right, that's that. And then our next one is this red. What would go good with that red? I'm thinking maybe a gold. So let's try our shimmer gold on top of that red leaf. Let's see here. Let's try this shimmer gold. And I did grab the one that wasn't open, wouldn't I? Of course. Of course I would grab the one that's not open. Okay, well, maybe let's not grab the gold. Let's probably grab one that's here, that's open. No, I really want that gold, so I think I'm just gonna have to go in here and get the one that's open.